Chloe and Jordan had been best friends since second grade. They sat together at lunch, played on the same soccer team, and shared almost every inside joke. Everyone at school knew that if you saw Chloe, Jordan was probably just a few steps away. But middle school had started changing things. New friends, harder classes, and bigger choices meant that sometimes the two found themselves on different sides of a decision. One sunny Thursday, the first bell had just rung and the halls buzzed with chatter. Chloe opened her locker and pulled out a math book. She groaned. "Another quiz today," she whispered. Jordan leaned against the locker next to hers. "Ugh, I know. I didn't even study. Honestly, I was on my phone all night watching videos." Chloe laughed. "You always say that, and then you somehow still pass." "Barely," Jordan admitted, grinning. As they headed into math class, Chloe noticed a group of kids sitting near the back. They were loud, tossing paper balls across the room. Joking before the teacher arrived, Jordan looked over at them. "Hey, let's sit there today," he said. "They're funny." Chloe hesitated. She usually liked sitting near the front, so she could actually focus. "I don't know, we have a quiz." Jordan nudged her. "Come on. Don't be boring." Chloe followed, though her stomach tightened. The group welcomed Jordan right away. "Yo, sit here," one of them said, sliding over. Another kid smirked at Chloe. "You too." Chloe slid into the seat, clutching her pencil. When the teacher handed out the quiz, the kids around them groaned loudly. One of them whispered, "Let's just write random answers. Who cares about math?" Another leaned toward Jordan. "Hey, you should copy mine. Saves time." Jordan chuckled, glancing at Chloe. "What do you think?" Chloe shook her head quickly. "Don't. We'll get in trouble." But Jordan looked tempted. He didn't want to seem uncool in front of this group. They were watching him, waiting. This was it. Negative peer pressure. Jordan didn't want to cheat, not really, but he also didn't want to look like a goody two-shoes. Chloe whispered firmly, "Jordan, just do your own. You've got this." Jordan hesitated, then slowly turned his paper away from the kid offering answers. "Nah, I'll figure it out," he said. The other kids shrugged and went back to doodling on their quizzes. Chloe let out a quiet sigh of relief. After class, Jordan admitted, "Thanks. I almost caved. I didn't want them to think I was lame." Chloe smiled. "You're not lame for doing the right thing. You're actually smarter for it." The next week, a different situation popped up. Flyers covered the bulletin boards in the hallway. "Join the community cleanup Saturday. Help keep our town beautiful." Chloe's eyes lit up. "This looks fun. We should do it." Jordan raised an eyebrow. "Fun? Picking up trash? No thanks." But Chloe pointed out that some of their soccer teammates were already signing up. "Look, Diego, Alana, and even the coach are going. Imagine how good it'll feel to help out together. Jordan rolled his eyes. I'd rather sleep in. Still on Saturday morning, Jordan's phone buzzed with a message from Chloe. I'm outside. Get your sneakers on. He groaned, but when he peeked out the window, Chloe was standing there with gloves, water bottles, and a big grin. Fine, he muttered, pulling on a hoodie. But only because you're bossy. At the park, dozens of kids and families showed up. Volunteers handed out gloves and trash bags. Chloe jumped right in, laughing with teammates as they pulled weeds and gathered bottles from the grass. Jordan started slow, kicking at the dirt. But soon he noticed the energy around him. Everyone was smiling, joking, and working together. When Coach gave him a thumbs up for collecting a big bag of litter, Jordan felt a surprising burst of pride. By the end of the morning, he and Chloe collapsed on the grass with their friends, sweaty and tired, but happy. The park looked brighter, cleaner, and somehow more alive. You were right, Jordan admitted. This was actually kind of awesome. Chloe smirked. Told you. That was positive peer pressure. Chloe's encouragement, and seeing their teammates help, had pushed Jordan to join in on something good. Over the next few weeks, Jordan thought a lot about these two moments. On one hand, he almost cheated on a quiz just to fit in. On the other, he ended up spending a Saturday making a difference, thanks to Chloe's push. One afternoon at lunch, Jordan asked, "Do you think we'll always deal with this? Like people trying to make us do stuff?" Chloe considered. Probably. But we get to choose which voices we listen to. Jordan nodded. Yeah. I guess there are two kinds of pressure. The kind that drags you down, and the kind that lifts you up. Exactly, Chloe said. The trick is knowing the difference. The real test came during soccer practice. Coach had stepped away for a minute, and a couple of older players started daring the younger ones. Bet you can't kick the ball hard enough to knock over those water bottles, one challenged. A few kids tried, laughing when bottles toppled over. Then one boy smirked and pointed at Jordan. Hey, kick it at the goalpost so hard it dents it. Bet you won't. Jordan froze. Denting school property? That sounded like trouble. But everyone was watching, waiting. Chloe spoke up. Or we could practice real shots and actually win the game Saturday. She picked up a ball and dribbled it toward the net. Come on, Jordan. Show them your corner kick. Jordan blinked, then grinned. Yeah. Watch this. He took the ball and kicked it perfectly into the corner of the net. His teammates cheered, not because he was reckless, but because it was a skillful shot. Even the older boys nodded in respect. Nice one. Later, as they walked home, Jordan turned to Chloe. Thanks again. You always know how to say the right thing. Chloe shrugged. I just don't want you to forget who you are. You don't need to prove anything by doing dumb stuff. Jordan smiled. I think I'm starting to get it. Peer pressure isn't always bad. It just depends on whether you let people push you down or help you rise. From then on, Chloe and Jordan made a deal. Whenever one of them felt pressured, they'd back each other up. If it was something good, they'd encourage it. If it was harmful, they'd speak up or walk away together. They realized that peer pressure was part of life, but with the right friends, it didn't have to be scary. It could even turn into a force for good. And in middle school, where fitting in felt like the biggest challenge, that lesson made all the difference. The end.